Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. It will never cease to amaze me that there's so many brilliant, truly brilliant people out there, people that are highly logical in just about all aspects of their life that just for the love of God cannot get their head wrapped around this whole crypto thing. And I understand on a bare bones level why that is, and there's certain levels of specificity that come into play here. Everybody has their own specifics as to why if they believe this, that Bitcoin and crypto XRP is going to zero. But you know what it all boils down to in the end? It's that they have the wrong expectations of cryptocurrency. They have the wrong valuation model for cryptocurrency. And until you correct that, you're not going to get it. You will. I don't care how smart you are, how logical you are in every other aspect of your life, you're not going to get it. And so I've shared with you guys in the past, and there's new people always subscribing to the channel. I haven't mentioned this in a little while, so let me just briefly state this. My aha moment when I realized that cryptocurrencies are always going to be around occurred in November of 2017. Now, November of 2017, that's the month that I jumped into crypto for the first time and first purchased a few different coins. They only had 3 coins on Coinbase at the time, and I purchased all 3 of them. I purchased Ethereum, then I purchased Litecoin, and then I purchased Bitcoin, all on the same day. Just a little bit, just to get my feet wet. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't understand the value proposition. I didn't really know anything about it, but I wanted to learn. And for me, part of that learning journey was participating. So I just put a little bit of money in, understanding I might not ever get it back, but I was like, it'll be an experience, whatever. And I found something that I never could have guessed. I realized in short order that there are business models that can exist now because of this technology that could not exist if it weren't there. So what I'm talking about is XRP was my aha moment, because Ripple positioning XRP rather as a bridge currency, that solves a true problem. That offers utility. That is value. That's something that humans value, right? And it requires a technologically sufficient decentralized cryptocurrency with an open market price. And XRP back then and even today is the only cryptocurrency that's being positioned for that particular use case. And as soon as that hit my little Moon Lambo brain, I was like, oh, holy hell, crypto's never going away. You can have more efficient business models that cannot exist without this. That is value. That's absolutely value. And so I want to jump in. Like, here's a headline from AMB Crypto. Will Bitcoin fall to zero after a death spiral? This economist thinks so. But first, I want to share with you a tweet because, look, good old lovable Peter Schiff. I actually do like this guy. I agree with him on the stuff he speaks about in public. I agree with him on substantially more than I disagree with him on, but he is dead wrong about crypto. And there's just some sort of mental block here. And I do believe it comes down to the valuation model, because I've watched just, at this point, I'm sure hundreds of hours of him being interviewed and this and that. It's got to be. I've been watching him for years and years and years. And a lot of it about crypto specifically. And I can't remember exactly how I worded it, but there was one instance where he paraphrased something. And it effectively got at this idea. He may have been talking with or debating Anthony Pompliano. I can't remember who was debating. It might have been him. But it was just clear to me that he didn't understand the actual value of it. Like, why humans would choose to value. And when I say value, I'm not talking about price. Price and value are different things. Price is the open market price that people are willing to pay for an asset. Value is what does it do for people? What problem does it solve? And so Peter Schiff tweeted this out. Earlier today, an anchor on CNBC admitted that the only reason the network even mentions gold anymore is to show how poorly it compares to Bitcoin. I wonder what will happen after the Bitcoin bubble deflates for good. Perhaps they will ignore both as gold makes new highs. And so he's been wrong the whole time Bitcoin's existed, which is now 12 years. And so I just responded with the correct response from my perspective, and I simply wrote to Peter Schiff, "You have an incorrect valuation model for crypto. This asset class will never go away so long as the internet exists." Speaking of, this is why it's so funny to me. Let me highlight this. I just want to cover part of this article here. from A&B Crypto. Will Bitcoin fall to zero after a death spiral? This economist thinks so. Okay. Joining a list of Bitcoin skeptics, professor of applied economics at Johns Hopkins University, John Henke argued that Bitcoin's continued rally was driven entirely by a herd of speculators. According to reports, Henke highlighted that Bitcoin's fundamental value is zero because it doesn't pay interest like most fiat monies. So a couple things. Let me pause right there. Yes, there are speculators that don't know what the hell they're doing that move the price around. This is also true in the stock market. There's a small percentage that actually do understand why a company should or should not be valued. And then the market ultimately does figure it out. You know, there's a reason that even though the crypto market moves together, this is an important point, even though the crypto market moves together, there's a reason that for the better part of a decade, XRP has been in the top 10 cryptocurrencies most of that time in like position 2, 3, or 4, right? For most of the last decade. And so even though the market moves together, it's not an accident that XRP was ranked that high. It's because even if it's just a small percentage of humans, even when the price goes down enough, there are enough people that understand the value, not the price. They understand the value that keeps them holding. And that's what it is for me. That's what it's been for me for over 3 years. And I recognize that in this bull market here, it's just a bunch of crazy speculation and almost nobody cares about fundamentals. Fundamentals will not drive the parabolic moves. I get that. I do understand that. But I'm telling you, there are enough people out there that keep it up there. So he's right that there's all sorts of speculators that are causing this, but he's missing a very important point that it only takes a handful of people that fervently believe something to keep something from going to zero. If they believe that strong and if it is valuable to them, and again, value is different than price. If it's valuable to them, then they're going to continue to put their money where their mouth is, and he's missing that. And then he stated this, check this out. He wrote, Bitcoin's fundamental value is zero because it doesn't pay interest like most fiat monies. Oh, is that right? So according to him, here's the quote, Bitcoin doesn't pay interest. That's why you can say unambiguously that it has a fundamental value of zero, because it doesn't pay interest. Why does Bitcoin have to pay interest for it to have a score above zero for you? Would you go to a supermarket and purchase an asset, let's say a packet of bologna, or perhaps you prefer olive loaf because that sounds more gross. Maybe bologna, maybe your olive loaf. Let's just say bologna. Let's just say you go to the supermarket, you purchase a packet of bologna. Would you say that it has a value of zero because it doesn't pay interest? That is a stupid point. That is a stupid point. And the expectation that a cryptocurrency should pay out interest underscores my point from the beginning of this video, which is that you have the wrong valuation model. If it's solving a problem for people, people are going to gravitate towards it. If it's solving a real world problem, if it's being adopted, that is the value. That's the value. Humans have to decide it has the value, and if humans decide it has value, then that's going to result in it potentially becoming a standard. And if it's a standard, it deserves to have an open market price in perpetuity. These people are missing this. I don't care how smart they are, how logical they are in any other part of their life. They don't get it. And it's to their detriment because the crypto asset class isn't going away. Even if I'm wrong on the horses I'm betting on, like even if Bitcoin goes to zero, even if XRP goes to zero, the crypto asset class isn't. And I don't believe that XRP and Bitcoin are going to zero. I'm just saying that even if the winners were different than what I think, he's still wrong because he doesn't believe that there's any value in any of this. And it's completely silly. Now, meanwhile, there's all sorts of entities that, let's just say, and people, accredited investors also, that disagree. Here's a headline from the Daily Hodl. Coinbase reveals it has executed $1 billion crypto buys for some of the largest institutions in the world. So there are people that get it. Oh man, I really wish that I could go to like the local Walmart and do some Walmart people watching and get a pack of bologna that earned me interest. Now that would be pretty sweet. I got to beat that. Anyway, Coinbase has officially filed documents with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission to go public, revealing it has executed 1 billion plus crypto trades for some of the largest institutions in the world. And see, right there, we're at the point where Bitcoin's been around so long in the crypto asset class. If you don't get it and you think it is going to zero, it's time for you to have a come to Jesus moment and find out what the hell you don't understand, frankly, because if you're an intellectually honest individual, at this point, enough time has passed, you should be wondering what you don't understand and look into that and turn around, because you're just not getting some, son. The U.S. crypto exchange's registration documents with the SEC have yet to become effective. When they do, Coinbase plans to list its stock on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol COIN, C-O-I-N. That's clever, right? According to a recent press release from the company. And here's them explaining Coinbase. Coinbase has efficiently executed 9 and 10-figure trades for some of the largest institutions in the world. Clients have selected us for our track record in security, sophisticated execution platform, 24/7, 365 white glove service, and focus on regulatory compliance. In order to answer their financial, regulatory, and compliance-related questions, the exchange has developed a guide for corporations who are interested in investing in the crypto space. And Coinbase's ultimate goal is to become the go-to exchange for both institutional and retail clients as crypto continues to expand across mainstream sectors, according to the company's SEC filing. And here's the final quote. Our goal is to become the primary financial account for our retail users and the one-stop shop for institutions' crypto asset investing needs. To achieve these goals, we are developing and launching innovative products and services across our platform to serve each customer's distinct needs. For example, in 2020, we launched support for post-trade credit to enable institutional customers to instantly invest in crypto assets without pre-funding their trade. For retail users, we have added support for staking, offering our users a simple way to earn rewards on their crypto asset holdings. Now, does that sound like something that's going to be going away, all this going to zero? I sure as hell don't think so. XRP is not going to zero. As long as it continues to be adopted, I personally believe it's going to be worth a fortune in the future. I personally believe even this market cycle, even without fundamentals sufficiently mattering this market cycle, which is only because we have a nascent asset class. There's a lot of maturation of this asset class that has to occur for people to get to a point where they understand how to sufficiently parse out the differerences between cryptocurrencies. But eventually that will happen. And in the short term, fine. We'll just have a parabolic run, I suspect, XRP to its all-time high. And this is not financial advice. I'm just saying what I suspect will happen. And I think it'll enter a new realm of price discovery. But eventually, especially as value continues to increase, as XRP continues to be increasingly used in more corridors as a bridge currency and other use cases, that represents value, which means staying power, which means if investors want to diversify into another asset class, crypto, might they look at XRP if they know businesses need it in order to conduct their business models? I think the answer is yes. We'll see if that happens, but that's a big part of what I'm ultimately betting on, because I'm very long XRP. Even though I'll sell a bunch along the way, I'm still long XRP. I'll never sell all of my XRP. So there we are. It's just fun to think through all this stuff, and it's crazy that some people, really smart people, just don't get this. I'm just glad I'm here first. Whatever. All right, I'll wrap up there. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.